Welcome to the year 2020. It's a new year. From all of us at your multi-award-winning TV station, we say Happy New Year. 2019 was indeed an interesting year for technology, as tech giants, large corporations, governments, small and medium-sized businesses all continue to increase IT spends so as to ensure they stay ahead of the curve. Now, how did Nigeria fare? Not so sure, but the good news is that the ICT sector now contributes almost 14% to our GDP. However, one thing is clear: a lot more needs to be done for Nigeria to turn out to be one of the biggest winners of this period of disruption. Today on the show, we'll bring you some thought-provoking features and interviews from 2019. Yes, there's indeed a lot lined up for you, so let's get the show started. I am Chukwemeka Agbata, and Tech Trends is here again in 2020. Here are some of our top technology quotes for 2019.
Technology is characterized by constant change, rapid innovation, creative destruction, and revolutionary products.
The great myth of our time is that technology is communication.
It turns out that the most powerful use of technology is to connect people together socially.
Technology has enormous potential to address educational needs more efficiently, help teachers improve their performance, and enrich and individualize student learning.
A number of young Nigerians are interested in solving problems, if you ask me. Here are some stories we covered in 2019 that proves that the future is indeed bright if we can harness and support some of these talents.
Many tech and education experts believe children should be exposed to computational thinking as early as possible and also allowed access to modern teaching methods such as STEM coding in order to keep track with the ever-changing technological trends. Which is why for these young minds at Right Hands Innovation Center, it's all about coding, robotics, and even music.
Ultrasonic sensor. Wait now.
While learning the basic programming skills, the children build websites and games that help refine their design, logic, and problem-solving abilities. According to them, their work was targeted at the second sustainable goal, which is end hunger, achieve food security, improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture.
Our challenges in making the device was when we had to communicate with the Sun Monster sensor and the BBC microbeats. And also, one of our greatest challenge was when we were coding the stuff, because we had to understand what we were doing.
Using coding and robotics, the children engage in activities that help boost their creative thinking.
When children are exposed to tools like this from childhood, when they have been exposed to creative tools from a young age, they grow up more complete, they grow up to be better leaders. They know something about everything, and so they are better able to handle challenges.
Many view coding as a literacy that will be as important as math and science, and the benefit of picking up these skills, especially for kids, are huge. Now, as technology becomes an ever more important part of our lives, an increasing number of jobs are available that involve writing code and using robotics. Learning robotics and computing at a young age will definitely groom the children in contributing their own quota to the nation's development, which in turn reduces the rate of unemployment.
A team of young Nigerian schoolgirls have created an application that can help less privileged children go to school. Hands Out is a fundraising app.
So to start the app, it says touch the hand to reach out. So you just touch the hand, like the circle in the hand, and then the thing reaches out. So you click on donate, and you click on if you want to donate clothing items, funds, school bag, textbooks, hospital bills, or school fees. And I, for example, want to donate clothing items. So I click on clothing items, and it says shoes, size and quantity. And when I click on the size, I click on size, and it brings out age 2 to 3, 4 to 7, etc., etc. So I will click on 10 to 12, and it says the quantity, and I clicked on 30. And for bags, it says the size, and I want to click on 14 and above, and quantity, I click on 50 to 100. So it goes like that. And for books and stationery, you have class. You have the class, and for class, I want to click year 6, the quantity 100 and above. For stationery, class 14 and above. For quantity 100 and above. And then when you are done, it takes you, then you just click donate, and it says thank you and God bless you.
The girls between the ages of 10 and 11 call themselves the Brain Squad. According to UNICEF, over 10 million children are out of school in Nigeria due to a series of problems like poverty, and this, they say, was their inspiration.
When we created this app, we were thinking of the Itafadi's kids which their school collapsed, and the story of Success Adago, that she deserved to be beaten rather than sent out of school, and her story became a success, and we want other children to also have the same opportunity that she has right now.
But the girls didn't have it easy. What was it like for them?
One of the challenges we faced while creating this app was that before we used an app called Scratch to create mini games, but then when we decided to create this app called Hands Out, we had to use MIT App Inventor. And although they are similar apps, they still have different functions.
According to their proprietress, the girls are poised to win.
When the idea was mooted that they should actually take part in this competition, I don't think they had an idea of how much work they had to put in. When they found out, it was a challenge because they found themselves missing out on things that other classmates were doing. And so every step of the way we negotiated extra time. And it got to a point then when they found out that, the success of actually achieving something superseded the effort, and so it got a lot easier.
Brain Squad is partnering with other organizations to open a trust to handle all cash donations, and are looking to partner with more to assist with logistics of non-cash donations to designated communities. For the girls, this is part of their contribution to solving some of the pressing problems faced in the society.
Many experts in education and technology believe that exposure to STEM needs to start at an early age so children can discover and build on those hidden talents in them. A Lagos-based STEM center, Creative Builders Club, is doing this, providing hands-on approach in the teaching of science, technology, engineering and mathematics in schools.
Technology has become the forefront in the educational system in Nigeria now because the trend of profession and career is beginning to change in our society now. A lot of children are becoming critical thinkers. They're beginning to explore more. The curiosity to discover and find out what's happening in their environment is becoming on the rise. So with technology from the childhood stage, I think that children tend to learn in a more advanced environment, being able to design critically, think beyond the normal perception of what the children should know.
They use LEGO resources as an educational enrichment program to enable the children provide solutions, build imaginations, explore, investigate and broaden their horizons. For an effective result, the instructors teach the children in groups based on their ages. Young builders, for the 3 to 5 year olds, early inventors for the 5 to 8-year-olds, and techie builders for those within the ages of 8 and 15. Children are extremely curious and impressionable, so Nneka and her team try to instill an interest in them at an early age to spark a lasting desire to pursue a career in any field. A kinetic energy sailboat, a solar-powered race car, a Lego robotics ultrasound sensor, an elevator, and an air-water powered propeller plane are some of the things created by the children. Products of their innovative thinking and imaginations, a proof that they can become inventors, solution providers, and indeed get into any profession they so desire.
Having stable electricity supply is key, but unfortunately, the lack of it is one situation many Nigerians have had to constantly deal with. But now, there appears to be a little change with Knepper.ng, a software application developed by some students of the Federal University of Technology, Akure. The app notifies users about when and where electricity is available. Taslim Salahuddin, who is a recent graduate of the school, said he developed the app with his brother to solve the problem of students always looking around campus for power supply, either for academic or personal pursuits.
If there's no power supply on campus, we try to know if we have power supply at home before we go home. So let's assume there's none at both sides. We have to ask friends whether they put on their generator or where we can find power supply nearest to us, because it was quite expensive to run on petrol for that main time. So we thought of how best could we solve this problem for our personal selves actually. How best could we always know the current power status of school and everywhere around school, right from whenever we need it.
How does the app work?
We have a smart device that has the ability to detect power supply. Now, once that device detects power supply, it sends information to the cloud, and the mobile application feeds from the cloud to tell you whether or not you have power supply at home. So it's simple. The device tells you there's light, there's no light. The device is designed to be very home friendly, so it's a very small device that you just plug into a power outlet. So it listens to when a power outlet gets power supply. So all we did is get an area that nobody will disturb the device then. It can be in an house or in a shop or anywhere when you locally is safe.
They take the application a step further by adding a special feature to it.
We designed the system to be able to detect the presence to be able to detect when your friend puts on a generator. So it was quite tricky, but it worked out. So whenever you have the application and you on your generator and you charge your phone detects that you are charging it at that moment. So it updates your profile on our application that you are currently using power supply.
Python, Java, JavaScript, Ruby are examples of special basic languages every programmer should know. They are used to develop software programs, scripts, and other sets of instructions for computers to execute. But these languages can seem a bit overwhelming and confusing for a newcomer. Now, with Yolang, a programming language designed to write small programs in Yoruba, Anuoluwapo Karonwi makes learning to code easy for indigenes of southwestern Nigeria.
For every programming language, whenever you're starting out, you do need some sort of guidance, rather. And the thing is, with Yolang, when you see the keywords, like we have some keywords here that is she, which is an if statement in English. And when you read it word after word, it sort of makes sense to you. You don't really have to think too much about the logic because you are reading it in your mother tongue. If you are the type that understands things better in your mother tongue like I am.
Anuoluwapo's aim is to ease the learning process of coding, as well as prove that local languages can have a place in the technology sphere.